Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is Big Discussions 76, my original channel. I just wanted to get in here and make another quick video. I didn't get up this morning thinking that I would shoot this video right here, but I was looking at my YouTube channels, and I've realized that my subscribership is trending upwards on pretty much all four channels. My entertainment and media channel is still the smallest, but still it's experienced some growth, and I know why. And I want to say thank you to the master teacher BGS. I think his endorsing me has had a lot to do with my subscribership going up. And what's interesting, and I'm shooting this video, this is all off the top of my head, and I don't want this to go too long, but this has all been a learning experience for me. When I first started YouTubing, I had been watching other YouTube content creators from Black YouTube and some outside of Black YouTube, but I'm working on a book project, and I was a blogger. Well, I'm still a blogger, but I was doing writing, and there were some things that I wanted to take and put onto videos so I could grow a presence here. And I really didn't know how this was going to go. I got one, I'll call her an acquaintance. My dad always says acquaintance. She grilled me in the beginning. I think it might have been my second video on this channel. And she said, your video's too long. I don't know who you're talking to, who's your audience. And she just really just laid the hammer on me. And that was video number 2. And after that happened, I realized, or well, I didn't realize, but I asked myself, am I cut out for this? Is this a good idea? Is this just going to flop? And, but based upon my life experiences and my values, you don't give up on stuff. If you have a good idea, you have to have the resilience and the perseverance to keep going. And that's why at the end of every video I say your attitude determines your altitude. That's going to be in my book project. My high school basketball coach taught that. He told us that saying all the time, and he taught us a lot about perseverance and hanging in there and battling back when you're down. So I kept going, and I didn't know how this thing was going to do, and I was, eventually I started experimenting with this channel and doing different things with it, and then late in 2019 I decided that I needed to split it into 4 different channels. And so I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I told her I have 4 YouTube channels now, and she asked me, what's the key to that? How do you get subscribers? And so for what I learned is that you have to have something unique and compelling to say that people are going to take an interest in. That's number 1. And then number 2, eventually you have to branch out and network a little bit, and collaborate with like-minded people, some people who are more established. And that's in addition to using your own social media network. We're in a digital age now, and things like Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and LinkedIn, that's how you get the word out. So you have to have something compelling and unique to say or to do. You have to use your own social media network, and eventually you have to network. But going back to the question I got when I first started that made me doubt myself, I watched a show by The Angry Man shortly thereafter. Shout out to The Angry Man, one of his Patreons and a faithful viewer. And in a particular show, Angry Man said, and someone else, a gentleman by the name of Quad B, he said this too, is that the audience builds around you. And so that leads me, and so I remember that. I remember when Angry Man said that, and I said, okay, well, I have to keep going, and I have to follow my vision, and if I do this right, then a crowd will start to form around me. Which brings me to the second point, or the second 2 points that I want to say in this video, which is that sometimes you have to branch off and do your own thing. And so when I started the Big Words blog site, I had a lady friend who I don't really talk to anymore, but I sent her some of the things that I was writing about, some of the money topics, some of the financial topics, investing and whatever. And she said she read it and she wondered who my audience was. Well, my audience was individuals like myself, individuals who didn't get a lot of that training early on in terms of investing money and trying to figure out how to build things. That's who I was talking to, people who were interested in learning how to use the law of compounding interest, people who were interested in learning how to buy stock, people who were interested in learning how to get real estate, but pretty much came from nothing and had to build everything on their own. And so what I realized when I started my blogging platform was that I tried to start writing someplace else. There's a small publication in my hometown of Buffalo. I'm not going to say which one it is because I don't want to get in trouble, but I initially wanted to launch my writing there because the owner of that publication knew someone in my family, and I figured, okay, well, I can get my start in my hometown. I can submit stuff to this person, and she'll publish it in her periodical, and I'll start the ball getting rolling that way. Well, I did write something up, and I sent it over to her, and nothing happened. And, you know, this is a friend of the family who goes way back, so I had to be careful about how I approached that. My mother didn't know why the piece never got published, but I heard a voice inside my head that said, you know what, you got to figure out another way. And that's when I started writing for the Examiner. And then when the Examiner closed, that's when I started my own thing. But I realized that the things that I wanted to talk about and the things that I wanted to say couldn't or might not have been a good fit for that publication back in my hometown of Buffalo. So sometimes sometimes you have to go your own way and start your own thing. I have another example. And this kind of speaks to my science and technology channel, and it just speaks to how cool that someone like BGS has taken an interest in that. I was thinking this morning that I had written up STEM related stuff on my blogging platform, and I flashed those pieces in some of my videos. I had shared those pieces over in the Facebook groups for my HBCU, and those pieces did not get a lot of reaction over there, and I don't think the people in those Facebook groups understood what pharmacology was and toxicology was and ADME/drug metabolism and inhalation toxicology. And it's a small HBCU, Johnson C. Smith University, and only a sliver of us have gone off into the STEMs. And so I'm saying that to say that at some point it dawned on me, you know what? This is not the place for this content. There needs to be a separate space just for this content. And so sometimes you have unique things to say. Sometimes you have compelling messages to communicate. And sometimes that content and those messages need their own space. So, that's just something that dawned on me today. I think that for a person from my background, the things that I talk about and the things that I'm interested in and the things that I create content about are somewhat unique. And I realized that I had to create my own spaces to communicate some of these things. So right now, I just checked. This channel is over 300 subscribers, which to me is amazing. I mean, it's not 1,000 at this point, and the science channel just hit 300 as well. So I want to thank everyone who subscribed. I want to thank BGS again for supporting my stuff and sharing my stuff in his network and allowing me to come up on his panels. And I want to thank everyone who's just supported the content that I've created here under the Big Discussions 76 banner. So hopefully this continues to grow. And I'm going to stop this video here. So thank you again to all of you. Please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Sometimes you have to create your own spaces to get your own unique content and messages across to your crowd. Always remember, everyone, that your attitude determines your altitude. Take care, and I'll talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.